Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The diagnostic trouble code P0045 signifies a malfunction within the turbocharger wastegate control actuator circuit, specifically concerning the control actuator's operation or response. In vehicles like the Honda CR-V 2023 and newer, the turbocharger plays a vital role in optimizing engine performance and fuel efficiency by regulating the flow of exhaust gases. The wastegate control actuator is responsible for managing this flow through its operation, signaling the engine's powertrain control module (PCM) to make adjustments accordingly. Malfunctions within this actuator can arise if it's not receiving the correct electrical signals or if there's a defect in the actuator itself. This issue can lead to suboptimal engine performance, which may prompt the vehicle's engine management system to flag the DTC and store it for diagnosis during a vehicle scan. The location of the turbocharger wastegate control actuator is typically integrated with the turbocharger assembly, making it essential to understand both components when troubleshooting this DTC. The turbocharger wastegate control actuator is a critical component that regulates the amount of exhaust flow bypassing the turbine in the turbocharger system. By controlling this flow, the actuator helps maintain optimal boost pressure, ensuring efficient engine performance and responsiveness. The actuator is typically integrated into the turbocharger assembly, making it essential to evaluate its condition during troubleshooting. When functioning correctly, this actuator allows the PCM to communicate effectively, leading to enhanced engine performance. However, when the actuator fails or operates outside predefined electrical parameters, the PCM identifies this irregularity, triggering the DTC P0045. This scenario indicates that further inspection of the actuator and its associated circuits is necessary for proper diagnosis. There are several potential causes for the DTC P0045. A faulty turbocharger wastegate control actuator is at the top of the list, as an internal malfunction can prevent it from performing its intended function, thereby miscommunicating to the PCM. Additionally, wiring issues such as short circuits or disconnections in the actuator control circuits, WGMTR1 and WGMTR2, can lead to incorrect signaling and thus trigger the DTC. The wiring must also be examined for damage that can cause loss of continuity or grounding issues. Lastly, if all other components are functioning, the PCM itself may be defective, resulting in an inability to correctly monitor and control the turbocharger system. Each of these possibilities must be explored systematically during troubleshooting to isolate the root cause. When the DTC P0045 is active, drivers often notice several signs that indicate a malfunction within the turbocharging system. The most common symptom is a noticeable reduction in engine performance. The vehicle may feel sluggish or less responsive than usual. This reduction often correlates with increased turbo lag, which means there may be a delay in power delivery when accelerating. Additionally, the check engine light will illuminate on the dashboard, signaling to the driver that there is an issue that requires attention. These symptoms serve to alert the driver to the underlying problems associated with the turbocharger wastegate control actuator, and emphasize the importance of addressing the DTC promptly to restore optimal engine functionality. The initial step in the troubleshooting process for DTC P0045 involves starting the engine and holding the RPM at 3000 without load, whether the vehicle is in park or neutral. This procedure allows the engine to operate at a level that should activate the radiator fan, providing a stable environment for diagnosis. Keeping the engine at this RPM level for 2 minutes ensures that the turbocharger wastegate control actuator is adequately exercised without interference. After this period, the next logical step is to connect to the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, for further evaluation. This confirmed engine operating condition is crucial before performing any subsequent tests to ensure accurate diagnosis and troubleshooting. In the second troubleshooting step, focus on inspecting the turbocharger connector, which generally contains 5 pins. This involves disconnecting the connector to gain access to the actuator's internal circuit. With the connector disconnected, you'll perform an inspection to determine resistance. The normal condition for the actuator's internal circuit should reflect values between 1.2 ohms and 1.0 kiloohms. Anything outside this range indicates an abnormal condition. Additional checks include ensuring that the circuit is not shorted or open, which would disrupt its functionality. Identifying an abnormality at this stage suggests that the turbocharger component itself may be at fault, warranting further investigation and potentially a replacement. During the third troubleshooting step, preparations are made to inspect the WG-MTR1+ and WG-MTR2- circuits. This involves disconnecting both the turbocharger connector and the PCM connector to analyze the state of the wiring without interference. Once the connectors are removed, you'll check the wiring for signs of damage, such as fraying or corrosion, which could be indicative of shorts or open circuits. Specifically, the inspection will focus on 2 primary scenarios: testing for wire opens and shorts. By verifying that WG-MTR1 and WG-MTR2 lines have less than 1 ohm of resistance for opens and more than 1 mega ohm for shorts, you can objectively evaluate the integrity of the connections and diagnose any faults within the system. The fourth step in troubleshooting P0045 requires inspecting for shorted wires, particularly WG-MTR1+ and WG-MTR2-, by checking for grounding issues. The objective here is to verify that both wires demonstrate more than 1 mega ohm of resistance when tested against the ground. This ensures that no shorts are present, which could lead to a malfunction in the actuator. If any abnormal readings are detected, it may suggest the presence of a shorted wire or circuit damage that demands rectification. Continuing this investigation ensures that both the actuator and the wiring conditions are sound, reinforcing the overall integrity of the turbocharging system. If the circuit holds up to inspection, then proceeding to the PCM inspection is the next logical step. In the final troubleshooting step, you will conduct a comprehensive inspection of the Powertrain Control Module, PCM, if all previous components have tested normally. The PCM is the central unit that processes all the data from various sensors and commands the actuator accordingly. If a fault exists within the module itself, it can lead to improper communication and functionality of the wastegate system. Evaluating the PCM condition involves checking module inputs and outputs for consistent operation during the testing procedure. If the PCM is found to be defective after ruling out all other components, replacing it may be necessary to rectify the issues related to DTC P0045. Proper diagnostics at this stage ensure that the source of error is accurately identified and resolved. Once all necessary repairs and replacements have been completed, it is crucial to clear the DTC from the PCM to reset the system. After clearing the codes, a test drive should be conducted to observe if the changes made restore proper engine performance and resolve any existing symptoms. During the test drive, monitor for any unusual behaviors, such as delays in turbo response or fluctuating engine performance. It is critical to ensure that no fault codes reappear following the test drive, as this would indicate the persistence of the issue. Verification of successful repair encapsulates both clearing the DTC and confirming that the engine operates smoothly. reaffirming that the repairs made were effective. Preventive maintenance is key in avoiding issues related to the Turbocharger Wastegate Control Actuator and the associated DTC P0045. Regular inspections of the turbocharger and its components can help identify any potential corrosion or wear before they develop into more significant issues. Additionally, it is prudent to monitor the operation of the actuator regularly as part of routine vehicle maintenance. Observing its performance can indicate early signs of malfunction. Furthermore, ensuring that all wiring connected to the turbocharger and PCM remains intact and without damage helps maintain an optimal environment for these critical components. Taking proactive steps in maintenance can significantly reduce the risk of encountering problems in the future. In conclusion, the DTC P0045 relates to turbocharger wastegate control actuator circuit malfunctions, which can severely impact overall engine performance. Understanding the role of the turbocharger and wastegate actuator is vital, as these components work intricately to enhance engine efficiency. The diagnosis process is guided by a structured series of troubleshooting steps that lead to systematic evaluation and repair. Each step must be executed thoroughly to ensure accurate identification of the defect causing the DTC. By comprehensively inspecting the actuator, wiring, and the PCM, adequate solutions can be provided to address this DTC effectively. Finally, instituting preventive maintenance routines can significantly mitigate future issues, preserving engine performance over time. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.